Right, well, the Lent season begins with Ash Wednesday today, and now we will be talking more about this with Father Jerome Ceciliano, Executive Secretary of CBCP's Committee on Public Affairs. Good morning, Father Jerome, and thank you for joining us this morning on Morning Matters.
Hi, good morning, Pauline. Good morning to your televiewers.
Father Jerome, as we've been reporting throughout the program, today marks the start of the Lenten season. It is Ash Wednesday today. But I just wanted to go back, Father, sa essence po ng Lenten season. Can you help us understand, Father, yung significance po ng season na ito, and why is it so important for Catholics to receive Ash today?
Well, number one, we have to understand that Lenten season is a call for repentance and conversion. There is also a call for reconciliation. And there is also a challenge to do some sacrifices. Ngayon, kailangan natin gawin ito kasi ang buhay naman natin ng pagsunod kay Kristo ay buhay naman ng pagtanggap sa sufferings, diba, sa challenges and difficulties. When we speak, for example, of fasting and abstinence, these are penitential practices. It's a form of self-denial. Ngayon, kinakailangan naman natin na magpa-impose ng asa sa ating mga noo for us to be reminded na meron tayong pinanggalingan at kung man-san man tayo nang galing, doon tayo babalik. So from dust and unto dust, we shall return. Pero ngayon, yung formula na ginagawa na ng pare is a reminder nga na reconciliation, conversion. Kasi sinasabi na turn away from sin and believe the gospel.
And Father, of course, during this 40-day Lenten season, there are traditions being followed, right? And kasama na po doon ang fasting and abstinence. Father, sino-sino po ba ang required mag-observe ng fasting at abstinence at kailan po ba ito ginagawa?
Okay, the Code of Canon tells us that those who will fast dapat nasa age of majority. Ang age of majority ay 18. So hanggang 60 years old yan, fasting yan. At yung abstinence naman ay those who completed the age of 14. So 14 years old and above. Ngayong Ash Wednesday, ginagawa yung fasting and abstinence. And for the information of everyone na nakikinig at nanonood sa atin, pag sinabi nating fasting, you only eat one full meal ngayong araw na to. At saka yung Good Friday. Pag sinabi naman natin na abstinence, so we abstain, we refrain from eating meat. At kung ano yung mga cold-blooded animals na tinatawag. So, pwede tayong kumain lang siguro ngayon ng gulay, fish, diba? Shellfish, mga katulad nun. Pero yung meat, we refrain from it. Ngayon magtatanong, bakit naman we have to refrain from meat? Alam mo, yung sinisimbolize kasi po din ng meat, parang, masyadong mahal na pagkain, diba? Tapos, luxurious. European kasi yung context nito. Diba? Ang kinakain nila doon is steak. So, kaya dito, nung in-adapt natin, parang gano'n na yung thinking, na yung meat ay we refrain from it. Kung ano man siyempre yung matitipid natin from fasting and abstaining, yan pwede nating itulong yan sa ating kapwa. Kasi ando doon din yung challenge sa tayo ay tumulong sa kapwa natin, magbigay tayo ng abuloy sa mga tao na nangangailangan.
So Father, ang fasting po, so kasama po dyan ang Ash Wednesday today. Kailangan na rin po ba i-avoid yung meat? Or kailangan, or pwede naman po yun considering na one meal a day or one meal lang po for today?
Yeah, as I mentioned, fasting and abstinence will be done today, Ash Wednesday. Tsaka sa Fridays, actually, if to be very sick about it, Good Friday, Ash Wednesday, tsaka Good Friday. Pero sa Code of Canon Law, ito yung batas ng simbahan, meron tayong tinatawag dito ng mga penitential days and times. Yung penitential days, all Fridays siya ng taon. Okay? Yan ang ideal na dapat na ginagawa. Pero depende din naman yan sa bishops' conferences kung ano ba yung gagawin talaga, kailan nila gagawin yung fasting and abstinence. Pero absolute yan, Ash Wednesday tsaka Good Friday, gagawin natin yon. Ngayon yung iba, medyo sumusunod talaga sa sinasabi ng batas, kaya lahat ng Fridays, wala talaga silang meat. Okay? Pero ngayon ulitin ko, Ash Wednesday, fasting and abstinence tayo ngayon at saka Good Friday. Yung iba, lahat ng Fridays, nag-abstain talaga sila from eating meat.
Tama po kayo, Father, may mga sumusunod po, pero meron din na mga hindi masyadong nakakasunod dito sa tradisyon na ng Lent. I wanted to get your thoughts, Father, on ano po yung mga pagbabago na nakita nyo po, especially with the younger generations, on how we celebrate Lent. would you say that we Filipinos still embrace the essence of this season? O nawala na po ba yun sa tradisyon ng mga Pilipino?
Well, I do believe Filipinos still practice these Lenten observances. They would go to church. Siguro, ngayong araw na to, ang mga simbahan ay mapupuno talaga ng mga tao. Mapapansin mo yan na tuwing Ash Wednesday, napakarami talagang mga tao na nagsisimba. So I guess doon pa lang ay meron ng response kaagad na magagaling sa mga tao. Ngayon sa young people of today, palagay ko yung fasting and abstinence, they have to be told, they have to be reminded, they have to be educated. Napakaganda na nagkakaroon tayo ng ganitong talakayan kasi yung iba hindi talaga aware eh. So kinakailangan lang na bigyan sila ng awareness para yung kanilang response magiging positive. If you tell them naman na merong ganon, sumusunod naman. Pero meron talagang mga mangilan-ngilan na hindi talaga nakakagawa nun. Ang simbahan naman dito ay nakakaunawa. Kasi meron din naman yan leeway eh. For example, yung mga may sakit, hindi naman kinakailangan mag-fast yan kasi may sakit. Tapos yung mga halimbawa ay more than 60 years old na. Okay? Tapos physically weak. Kung hindi man sakit, may sakit, physically weak na. Well, sila naman din ay in-exempt natin sa fasting. Pero nga, dapat mag-determine ang Catholic Bishops' Conference ng anong mga alternatives. So usual na alternative yan yung tinatawag nating corporal works of mercy. Ano yung halimbawa ng corporal work of mercy? Bumisita ka sa may sakit, bumisita ka sa mga nasa bilangguan, tumulong ka sa nangangailangan. These are just some alternatives na pwedeng gawin ng mga hindi nakakapag-fast at nakakapag-abstain.
Okay, Father, speaking of alternative ways, paano po ba ine-encourage ng simbahan ang younger generation to observe nga these Lenten activities? May iba po bang way dyan na kasama na ang digital platforms? Because I remember during the pandemic, dito po talaga rin nagkaroon ng shift ang simbahan sa streaming, di ba? Para mas maging accessible din in this world of digitalization.
Well, when it comes to accessibility of information, tama yung binabanggit mo, itong mga digital platforms, social media platforms, malaking bagay ito to reach out to the people. Ang nga lang natin dito concern, kahit naman minsan na-educate mo, yung response naman ng iba hindi ganoon ka-positive. But we remain naman optimistic. But when we tell them, ando doon naman yung kanilang pagtanggap sa mga gawain. Ngayon, paano nila mas maiintindihan at ma-absorb yung kahalagahan nitong mga Lenten observances? Well, basically, we tell them that in life, it's all about parang lahat kagalakan, lahat sarap, lahat enjoyment. So we also need to do some forms of sacrifices. At itong mga pinagagawa sa atin ng simbahan, ito yung mga ilang bagay na ipapahayag natin na nagsasakripisyo tayo. And this is actually done to be united with Jesus in all the sacrifices that He made. If you recall, for example, when He was in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, He fasted, abstained, and prayed. So yung ginagawa natin ngayon, this is actually parang penitential practices na nakikiisa tayo sa ating Panginoong Jesucristo. So yung ganong idea pa lang, I think it's a noble idea that the young and all the people for that matter should really understand.
Okay, Father, I don't know if you were able to catch our report with Gretchen earlier, who is in Rome to monitor the status of Pope Francis. Father, I wanted to ask about how meaningful will Lenten season be now that, of course, the Pope is under going through something in terms of health. And how is the Church celebrating Lent, or how is the Church in the Philippines celebrating Lent all the more this year?
Well, basically, when we consider the condition of the Holy Father, Pope Francis, there's always an intention of begging the Lord to grant him healing and assure him. So that's always been actually since when Pope Francis was hospitalized. When speaking of celebrating the Lenten season, alam mo yung isang particular na intention dito is to offer the Pope's sufferings, yung illness niya, sa Panginoon. Kasi ang tingin namin dito, Pauline, pakikiisa ito sa mga paghihirap din, pagpapakasakit ng ating Panginoong Jesucristo. So it's always that mentality, we always have that orientation. And this is not something that isolated in a sense na sa santo papa lang nagkakasakit, siya lang yung nahihirapan. Pero ando dun lagi yung pananaw na okay, the Holy Father is actually sharing in the sufferings of Christ. But of course, we remain optimistic that after this bout with the sickness, he's going to regain his strength at makapagpapatuloy pa siya sa mga ginagawa niya para sa simbahan. Yung reforms niya ay magbubunga talaga. So yun ang ngayon ang aming orientation at mentality when we celebrate this Lenten season.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us here on Morning Matters in this holy day of Ash Wednesday. Maraming salamat po, Father Jerome Ceciliano of the CBCP.
Thank you so much, Pauline.